Hello there, everybody. My name's GoNarcadia, and today we will be playing some more Fate Grand Order. Oopsie daisy. I was just powering off my controller. I was playing Enfield a little bit, grinding, getting my materials and whatnot. But anyways, today we will be continuing the Valentimes event. Oh, I hit the wrong one. I wanted to. Alright, give me a second, guys, actually. Yep, okay, hold on. Just a second. I just forgot about this, that's all. And back. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I was actually just using FGA a bit for farming while I studied. Now, anyways, let's jump into it because we're almost at the end of the river. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so quite a couple of them. Yeah, all right. All right. I think now's a good time for a chat. Speaking as Chaldea's technical advisor, there are some things I can overlook and some I definitely can't. What's up? Is this about how different I look in my downtime uniform outfit? Because there's a reason for that. I told you how I used to skip classes so I could go hang out at the beach with my friends from town, right? Well, I had to at least change my hair color or the guards would have spotted me a kilometer away when they... No, I'm not talking about that, although the reasons you change appearance are definitely relevant. I think we all stopped questioning it at some point, but I'm actually talking about you, Columbus. Me? What about me? Well, I guess my clothes do look a little different in this singularity. But it's like I told you back at the start. I don't know why it happened either. It's not all unusual for a servant to change appearance, right? Think about how different lots of them look during summer or Christmas. So I'd rather you not worry too much about my new look. I'm bringing this up because I'm pretty sure there's more to it than just a new look. Looks like Da Vinci told Mash about this ahead of time. For example, we never did get into how you produced all those coins during that river battle with the pirates. What, that? I had to, or we couldn't have won, right? That's true, and I do appreciate you helping us out back there. The thing is, that went way beyond materializing data tied to your spirit origin. There were way too many coins for that. Not to mention, you produced them way too naturally. So the way I see it, that must have been a phenomenal equivalent to a heroic spirit skills. Oh, my dog is barking at something. Ah. Well, calm down. But Chaldea's Columbus doesn't have anything like that in his data. So I have to ask, who are you really? Hey now, how many times do I gotta say it? You can see for yourself I'm Columbus. Yes, we know. Your spirit origin parameter does line up with that. Problem is there are some particulars we can't verify. There's a part in you that's basically a black box. So I suspect that you are Columbus, but something else is mixed in with you. Oh, how intriguing. If that is true, it would mean you have been deceiving me this entire time. I don't really get what you guys are talking about, but is this something bad? That's what we're trying to find out. How about it, Columbus? If you have an answer for our question, I'd appreciate it if you told us if you told us of your own volition. Mm, what to do? It shouldn't be long now, so I had the feeling it might just be a matter of time before. Whoa! What's going on? The ship just suddenly pick up speed? We're here. Whoa there. That hole is huge. Is that where we've been trying to get to? The chocolate liver is flowing into that hole at a very high speed. Stop adding chocolate and boulders before it pulls it down there. I have stopped, but it's moving on its own now. Santa Maria, drop anchor. We stopped. Thankfully, yes, but the chocolate river is still flowing into that hole. What is that thing anyway? Now that we made it here, there's no reason to keep it a secret any longer. I'll tell you what it is. It's a pit that leads to the underworld. Well, I guess it'd be more accurate to say that it leads to a place that's becoming the underworld. A place where chocolate that never got gifted goes to die, along with the feelings behind it. So it's not actually the underworld. Not yet, anyways. But now that you know where it's ending up, I'm guessing you can tell what this chocolate river really signifies. A river that leads to the underworld. So then this is the river Styx. Exactly. It's the concept of the river flowing through the underworld, seen in all kinds of myths, taking on a physical form. You people have probably seen it before. I know out in parts of the Far East they call it Zanzu River. So then that local we met was of Sanzu River Oni. And those rock piles, are those Sanzu riverbanks? Now I see. If that's the case, that does bring a few things to mind. It also begs the question, how do you know that? Because my goal was to bring you people here, of course. I had to get you here no matter what. I couldn't let you get held up anywhere further up the river. It's like I told you way back at the start. I'm willing to lie if it means getting the ship to its destination. Columbus, are you? You people are on the right track. I am Chaldea's Columbus, but that's not all I am. Here on this ship, it's mostly been me driving the spirit origin. I'm borrowing from him. Hell, now that I've said that much, you could probably guess who I am without me telling you. If this river is close to the conceptual ideal, then it won't just be the Sansu River. They have to be the same underworld river that shows up in European, Indian, and Egyptian myth too. So, we have a myth spanning river stick, an underworld, and a boat. Oh, wait. Is he Hades? Is this Hades? Okay, well, I guess I might as well tell. No. Well, no, he's not Hades because Hades is the ruler of the underworld, not the guy who drives the boat. I forgot who it was called. Yeah. My name is Karen. I'm the one who rows the boat. Yeah. I'm the one who rows the boat that crosses the river Styx. Karen, as in the underworld's ferryman? That's who you really are, beard guy? Some of you don't look all that surprised. Does that mean you're starting to catch on? There were some things that gave it away. For example, you never made any weird faces this time. And that's not the only thing that bothered me. I hope you can believe me when I say I'm here to make sure the ship gets where it needs to go. What is my dog barking at? Hey, what are you barking at? He's probably barking at a cat or somebody going up the hill. I'm no hero. I'm just a sailor who gets ships where they need to go. The real Columbus would have said something like, where I want to go. I see. The Columbus inside me is laughing and saying that you're dead on right now. You're a lot sharper than I thought. Karen. I don't know if I'm saying the name right, by the way. The ferryman of the River of Styx, sometimes known as River Archon, who appears in Greek mythology. As I recall, you're the child of Erebus, the god of darkness, and Nyx, the goddess of night. So I guess that makes you a god too. The dead would always pay him in silver coins for safe passage to the underworld, right? I see. So that's why you had all those silver coins. And according to some descriptions, he's said to be an old man with red eyes and a long beard. Yeah, that tracks. But I also recall you usually wear a tattered old robe. So I'm surprised you dress so sharply. How was Columbus's doing? He was okay with me borrowing his Spirit Origin. But he said if I was going to steer his ship too, I needed to dress the part. I didn't have any other choice, so I had him tailor this new outfit for me. It cost me some coin, of course, but it was a fair trade. I'd expect no less from a businessman. Never mind your clothes. Get to the point. Why did you deceive us? What was your purpose in guiding us here? What, you need to ask? To guide us to the underworld. Oh, okay. I want you people to get rid of that fox underworld hole. Okay, give me a second real quick, guys. Sorry. I'm just setting up my chair so I can lean back a bit. And there we go. Conky Dory, super comfortable. Hold on, I need to fall down. There. Okay, battle startle. In a world, I guess you could say I'm a client with a prospective job. I'm betting that hole is a core of this singularity. It's the entrance to a new underworld taking shape that you can only get to from this chocolate river Styx. Hold on. Right. Yep. There we go. Sorry. And I want to see it gone just as much as you do. I think I understand. But to be honest, this is also sudden that I'm having a hard time following. I don't get it. If you really are the ferryman to the underworld, why would you want the underworld gone? It's simple. An underworld that revolves around the dead chocolate. Dead chocolate of all things is no underworld at all. I can't bring the dead to an underworld like that. It goes against everything I believe as a ferryman. You people don't count because you're not dead. Still, dead or not, I bring you here, so I'm gonna insist you pay charge. Lucky for you, it won't cost you a single silver obol. All I ask is that you get rid of the hole, please. What do you think, Davichi? Well, it does look like the Holy Grail is inside that hole. That must be what's attracting the dead chocolate concept, which is in turn creating a new underworld. It basically happened spontaneously without anyone's nefarious involvement. So that explains how this singularity came about. Our primary order is to eliminate singularities. In this case, that would seem to align with our goal. But I still don't know why you didn't just tell us at the start. Because I couldn't prove there was a hole or tell you where it was located. It could have intuitively sensed that this chocolate river had the same trait as the River of Styx, and that a new underworld was being formed at its endpoint. But I couldn't have told you where that actually was until we got there. Besides, for some reason, you're mistrustful of me right from the start. Even if I told you that I knew back then, I didn't have an answer for your biggest question. So it was obvious that telling you before we got here would have just made me look even more suspicious. And if it slipped up in any way, well, you probably wouldn't listen to another word I said, right? Besides, I could tell from the scent of death mixed in with the chocolate smell from the stagnant river. But I had to do something about this situation before this world got even more messed up. Long story short, before we set about either treating the symptoms or solving the problem at its core, I had to hurry and get you people down the river before I explained what was really going on. I always planned on telling you everything I knew once we got here. Yeah, this is just a hunch, but I don't think you're lying. I believe you. So, while you're explaining, can I ask you about something else? Why did you say this river would let people see someone they miss? Yeah, good question. For that matter, what did you need to imbue the river with somebody's trait in the first place? Well, I actually wasn't being fully honest with you there either. It wasn't a trait that we needed to get the river moving. It was a yearning that would guide the way. The river gaining traits as a result was just kind of a side effect. It's the desire to see someone you miss that moves the river along. The Holy Grail was trying to create an underworld that was tied to the concept of dead chocolate. But that wasn't enough to get the river moving. That's why it was standing still when you got here. To fix that, we needed to give the river a stronger emotion that would propel it along. And the emotion that went best with an ungifted chocolate ended up being the desire to see someone you miss. The locals must have picked up on that subconsciously. And they weren't wrong. The underworld's where the dead go to rest, and everyone dies eventually. So if you ignore the timeline aspect, you could see the people you miss there by following the chocolate river, since that's where the river ultimately leads. I see. So that's what they meant. I can tell you're disappointed. But if that hole had finished becoming a new underworld, I really do think that you could have seen him. As an underworld made by pouring in a river that lets you see the people you miss. It makes sense for it to then become an underworld that lets you see people you miss. So, you do now? What else? We got to plug that hole. Otherwise, the singularity will never go away, right? Oh, what about seeing your lover? Don't you miss him? Of course I do. But as much as I want to see him, I can tell this is no place for second thoughts. I made up my mind that I was going to become a hero who helped other people. That's the whole reason I'm here. Then let's come up with a plan. Yeah, let's. Unfortunately, I don't have a single idea how to do this. Help me. Yes, don't worry. We've got this whole part all covered. Just give us a little time. Okay, so we're fighting? Not yet. Okay, after running some scans, we know that hole mostly consists of an alternate dimension. But it's also technically a real physical hole as well. Imagine an incredible steep chocolate waterfall, and you'll have a good idea of what it looks like on the inside. The Holy Grail signal looks to be about several dozen meters below the surface. Can we salvage it from up here? It doesn't look like it, unfortunately. We can't pin down its coordinates in 3D space. So we only have a rough idea where it's located. Of its location. Give me a second. Okay, there. Which means someone is going to have to actually go inside the hole and collect that. Oh, me. I'll do it. Are you sure? I mean, full disclosure, given our current gear, you're probably the only one who could do it, but still. I shouldn't have too much trouble going down this chocolate waterfall safely, as long as I'm on Cetus. And if I max out his power, I ought to make it back up the waterfall, no problem too. So you are confident in this girl? Of course, just leave it to me. It's definitely dangerous, but I think it's also our only practical option. Okay, if you can grab the Holy Grail for yourself, Grail yourselves while you're down there, great. If you can't, just fire an anchor at its location, and we could use it on our next plan. Thanks for doing this. I wish there was more I could do to help. At least take this comms device with you. I have some experience providing mission support from a kind of command tower, so I might be able to help you that way. Will do. Thanks. Is there anything you'd like to say, Master? Maybe just one thing. Promise me you'll make it back no matter what. Looks like you got a glimpse of my past, because that happens with masters and servants sometimes. Anyway, I appreciate that, but you got the wrong idea. I never planned on dying back then. That's the truth. I don't know if you believe me, but in my own way, I was doing my best to fight. I just wish I could have done a better job then. Got it. Just watch yourself down there. Okay, I'm all set. Let's do one last check. At the risk of repeating myself, we just need you to go down there and check things out. Don't make unnecessary risks. If you feel like you're in danger, you can come back straight away. Roger Dodger. You seem to be taking this very casually. Well, no matter. If something happens, it will not be me dying. If worst comes to worst, I can at least throw in some poison that will ensure you do not suffer. So you may rest assured as you make your way down there, down the pit, girl. You haven't changed one bit, huh, Empress? Guess you really aren't quite like my mother. Alright, everyone. I'll be back soon. Be careful. Go. See this. Alright, I'm making my way down the river on Cetus now. We'll be at the hole soon. Understood. Please exercise maximum caution as you make your way down. Making my way downtown. Okay, we're here. Well, guess this is where the real work begins. Take your time, Cetus. Don't let the waterfall drag you down. Good luck, Missy. I'm counting on you. Are you okay, Andromeda? The comm still working? Yep, reading you loud and clear. What's it look like down there? Really dark, and the chocolate smells really strong. It feels like I've turned into chocolate myself. Okay, I think my eyes are starting to adjust. I'll try going in the direction you said the Holy Grail might be at. I don't know if it's floating in me there or buried in chocolate or what, but hopefully I'll see it when I... Something wrong? That's weird. I thought I saw something off, but I couldn't get a good look at it. It almost seemed like there was something odd with the chocolate waterfall. Oh. What the? Chocolate's moving on its... Andromeda? Andromeda! That didn't sound good. That is not all. Chocolate it's swirling up from the hole. Almost to figure it out, we're trying to close it. Seems like it's using the Holy Grail's power to control the chocolate that's been pouring in. And wielding it in place of limbs. Even the hole has a mind of its own? The hole has a mind of its own? Or at least it has a self-preservation instinct. Surprised to see such behavior from a hole. But I suppose anything goes with the Holy Grail's involved. Damn it, it's taking everything I got to keep the ship from capsizing. You people will have to... Master, as crazy as this sounds, I think the hole's trying to attack us with chocolate. Come on, let's make sure Andromeda has a safe place to come back to. Okay.
いいでしょう。アサシネイト受けたまわりました。
What the? It is the literal hole. I thought it would poop out like monsters or something.
完全よろしくて。
下がっている。ここは炎に包まれ、予期せんと。我が意志をもって世を噛み砕きし獅子。さおり、祈り、朽ち果て、頭の果てに我が道を吠え刻め。インペルガトー。
スタート。
終わらせる。 り合い誇り高き志士、今一度剣を借り受け。
イノベーション始めます。
さわる良き選択。我が次の前に立ちはだかるというのならば、我が叫びとともに魂を焼かれると知れ。言う時に来るがと終わらせろ。遅い。
1ページも待ってます。仕事ってね。
差が悪く良き選択。我が意志をもって世を噛み砕きし獅子よ。さも祈り朽ち果て、頭の果てに我が道を吠え刻め。言う時にピルガトー。焼き燃え尽きよ。我が罪の証、ここに刻もう。
Jeez, no! Come on!
いかほど
すぐ行くよ。
吹っ飛びなさいませ。せーの。まだお任せください。行きます。吹っ飛びなさいませ。それ。
Oh, okay, that's all we have to do. I've still got my hands full over here. How are things looking? We've managed to subdue the chocolate for the time being, but we're not out of the woods yet. Damn it, what happened to the girl? I've been trying to reach her, but she's not answering. If the hole's putting up this much of a fight out here, the inside's gonna be Andromeda. Right, the next one. In an instant, the darkness seemed like it had come to life. The next instant, I felt something dark, heavy, and sweet envelop me from head to toe before I could even react. Now, I'm trapped. It's so dark, heavy, and sweet in here. I feel as though I've become chocolate myself. I literally can't even lift a finger. Now, I can't tell if I'm lifting one or not. I can't tell if my eyes are opened or closed. I can't tell if I'm still breathing or not. All I can tell is that I'm very, very tired. This dark, sweet heaviness is nice and warm, like a blanket swaddling my entire body. More specifically, this heaviness is made up of his exhaustion, bravado, fear, misconceptions, misunderstandings, hope, and lots of other things. It's so heavy and sweet that it's very hard to resist. Even though I know it's not actually happening, I can feel my mind's eye starting to close. It was then that I remembered those words. A river that lets you see one you miss. A world that lets you see the one you miss. That's right. If that's true, then maybe I can see him if I fall asleep. I miss him. I miss him so much. After all, I wanted to be a hero. My parents were as human as anyone. They laughed and cried, and they rejoiced and envied, and sometimes their pride got the better of them. And now, thanks to that pride, everyone in their beloved kingdom was in trouble. The kingdom itself was facing an existential threat. So naturally, I thought, I have to do something. I'm their child. If I can help, I have a responsibility to do so. But despite my resolve, there wasn't much I could actually do. In the end, this was only an idea I came up with. Mom, Dad, I want you to sacrifice me to the monster and say that an oracle said you had to. I had no idea if it would work. It seemed like I might end up dead, but it didn't mean I was walking into certain death. I was just going to do what I figured a hero from the stories would do in this situation. Yes, I was going to do battle with the monster. Right, hold on. I would pretend to be changed to the boulder. Then when the monster sizzled up and lazily opened its mouth to eat me, I would ambush it and kill it. I don't certainly remember what my weapon was. Maybe it was a hint dagger. Maybe it was a needle tipped with poison. Hell, I might not have had a weapon at all and just grabbed the sharpest rock I could find. Whatever it was, though, I wasn't going down without a fight. If I succeeded at killing the monster like a real hero, then great. If I didn't and ended up eaten, then my grieving parents would just need to say, "O gods of Olympus, O great Poseidon and beautiful Nereids, we have sacrificed our daughter as penance for our unforgivable mistake. Please quell your anger." And then that would be that. I thought it was a great idea. No matter what happened, I figured that things would work out. But then while I was waiting with bated breath for the monster to arrive, my legs from giving out to stop as I hit my trembling hands, I leaned onto my chains to stop my legs from giving out and tried to convince myself the tears blurring my vision were actually just spray from the waves. A miracle happened. A true hero descended from the sky and easily saved me and my kingdom. Before then, I hadn't known what the true hero was. But from then on, I knew without a shadow of a doubt. I was incredibly fortunate. Maybe too fortunate. My first and last exposure to a hero was the pinnacle of what a hero could be. So while this may not be the best choice of words, the moment He descended from the sky and saved my life. Was also the moment when my own heroic ambitions died. Ah, my eyes are getting even heavier. I can feel the weight of I can't say the word right now. Despondency pressing down on my shoulders. There is nothing I can do. Maybe this is for the best. Maybe it's okay if I just let myself sink into unconsciousness. I do really want to see him again after all. Why even try? I'm just a damsel in distress anyways. A sacrificial maiden. I only exist to be rescued. So no one will care if I give up. No one will take issue if I don't try my hardest. Yeah, I'm sure that's right. So if you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna get some sleep. Wait. Hang on. Something's nagging at me in the back of my mind. What was it again? Ooh, on to the next. It's no use. She's still not responding. I think she might have lost consciousness. Damn it, it might not belong to me, but this is still my ship, and I'm its ferryman. I'd be a laughingstock if I let the boat I'm steering capsize. I can still hold out here. Please keep calling Andromeda, Master. You too, Da Vinci. Andromeda, if you're there, say something. Damn it. We may be holding out for now, but we can't keep this up forever. We have to come up with a plan. I see. You are racked with indecision. Very well then. I shall deign to lend you a helping hand. I can tell you exactly what your best, if not your only course of action here is. What is it, Semiramis? Please tell us. Alright, listen carefully. Why not forget about rescuing her? Really? Wait, hang on. Something's nagging at me at the back of my mind. What was it again? It's bitterness. There's something bitter at the back of my tongue. I was absolutely happy. That much is certain. I loved Perseus, and I loved all the children we had together. It really was a blissful, sweet life as I could have hoped for, and I think he felt the same way. But at times, I also sensed just a hint of bitterness as well. Sometimes it was his smile, sometimes in his sleeping face, sometimes in the way he would stare off into the horizon. It was a very faint, so faint, I don't think I would have ever noticed if I haven't spent my life by his side. So faint, nobody would have noticed unless they had tied their life to his. Sometimes that bitterness was tinged with other things, too. Tiredness, sadness, emptiness, coldness. Whenever I thought I caught a glimpse of it, I'd always wonder what it meant. I never figured it out for sure, but I think I at least have an idea. I think it had something to do with his being a genuine hero. The kind of amazing, one of a kind hero that God's truly smiled upon. Maybe it was all in my head. Maybe that bitterness never existed at all. But whether it did or not, I thought it was there, and it never quite stopped nagging me. Even now, I don't know the answer. But every time I wonder what that expression on his face meant, I can feel a dead part of myself aching with pain. The part that never got a chance to become a hero herself. I don't blame him for losing my chance to become a hero. This has nothing to do with that. I really was happy when he saved me. And I know better than anyone how his heroics outclassed anything I could have done. But the part of me that couldn't understand it, she was still sad. Because even though I genuinely loved him, from the bottom of my heart, the very fact that I'd given up on being a hero myself so that I wouldn't have a place by his side meant I wasn't even qualified to understand. Hey, Perseus, can I ask you something? What would you think if, by some chance, I managed to become a hero myself? On second thought, never mind. I don't need to ask. Maybe you only ever thought of me as a sacrificial damsel in distress you saved. But that damsel somehow became a dashing hero like you. I'm sure you'd be happy for me. If I was a hero myself, I hope I'd be able to take a little weight off your shoulders. I hope I could get rid of at least a little of the bitterness you felt always having to be a hero. Maybe there are things one hero can't do anything about, but with two, who knows? So that's why I'm not going to fall asleep here, and I hope I can see you again. What would be the point? I'd just be repeating myself. No, the next time I see you, I want it to be as a new me, a heroic me. Because if I gave up on saving someone else, if I gave up on being a hero yet again, if I just went with the flow without ever standing my own ground again, how could I hold my head high around you? So open your eyes, Andromeda. Tighten your fists. Remember that bitterness you could never forget. You can't let yourself lose now. Not like this. Wait, this really is bitter. Ugh, what the hell? Oh ho ho, you're awake. How fortunate that it reached you. Huh? Empress? What reached me? Did I not tell you? I said I could throw some poison if worse came to worst. Huh? You mean? Indeed. I released a poison that would cause anyone charged with magical energy to suffer. It was much easier than my usual administration since I merely needed to let it flow down the hole instead of only affecting a small target. It's still so bitter and my skin's all tingly. What did you do to me? Oh, I fell asleep, didn't I? And this was a kind of shock therapy to wake me up. Perhaps. Or perhaps I was simply trying to finish you off once your whereabouts were lost to us. Still, I did adjust the poison to affect the chocolate more than this little girl servant. So, be grateful for that. Okay, that's enough posturing. Andromeda, I'm so glad we reached you again. Are you okay? Yeah, more or less. What a relief. You're still pouring in poison. Do you think you could stop? It's kind of making me itchy. Listen, this poison is the only thing weakening the hole's resistance. If I stop the poison, the chocolate connected to the Holy Grail will be acting up again, since it's too charged with magical energy. Your life may no longer be in an immediate danger, but you are still in the belly of a beast. Is there anything you can do about it? Well, there was that light I just saw. I wonder what that was about. Light from the Holy Grail? No, it wasn't quite like that. It felt warmer, like it was inspiring me to be brave or something. Wait, huh? It's coming from inside my clothes. Oh, what is this? Let's go. It's chocolate. The chocolate I got from all those people I met on the river. But why is it glowing? Oh, I think I get it. It's because it's alive. None of them had given up on seeing their heart's desire. I wonder, maybe that's true for all of it. Hey guys, are you there? If you are, then it's okay. You don't have to be scared. This is a sign. Even though this chocolate may not have reached its recipient, it still hasn't given up. And now, this warm and light trimming the pump core. Aha! I knew it. You guys were so sad and agonized about not reaching your recipients that it felt like you were dying. But you're not actually dead. Yeah, that's right. Since you're not dead, there's no need to go to the underworld. So let's go where you really want to go. Where you can see the people you want to see. I know what I have to do now. Can you guys get ready? Sure, but what's ready for what? I'm gonna send all the chocolate in here back outside. I think that'll probably get the Holy Grail connected to it to come out too. Then it'll be up to you guys to work together to collect it. You're gonna send out the chocolate? Can you do that? Sure I can. They all want to come out anyway. Wait, what's my getup? Is this really me? You mean you didn't realize? How are you more surprised than we are? Well, never mind that for now. I'm pulling out the chocolate with my chains, so make sure you guys get ready when it comes out. Here we go! But the chocolate is already falling down a hole into the underworld, even if the underworld is still in the midst of forming. Are you certain you can pull it out with your chains? Aha. I see. You've come this far on her river with streets of boulders and chocolate as the same thing. In which case, she can manipulate the chocolate in this hole just like she can her boulders. Hang in there, me. Hang in there, Cetus. Listen, guys. I know none of you want to give up on your dreams. So come on. Work with me here. Huh? The ship's anchor's wrapped around my chains and pulling with me? Relax the body's owner likes what you had to say. Don't worry, Columbus. Whatever it costs to drop and weight anchor, I'll pay it in silver. So pull all your might. With all your might. Watch out. The hull's still trying to fight back. Not on my watch. Come on, you two. Right. Don't worry, Master. I'll do everything I can to help Andromeda and Karen's plan succeed. I suppose it will be useful for the future to see how well my poison worked on the chocolate. Alright, that probably means I could do something like this. All right. All right, let's see how it goes.
刻まれし運命神託の鎖生贄の乙女が銀河をたぐる目覚めよかの海の清流よアイジオピアーケテスつながれたって時の来るなんだと？ここは彼との出会いが刻まれた海。安心して鎖があってもそうじゃない。これが私君に救われた私泳ぎは得意なんだよふふふ ノリノリザッパ
There we go.
ー。ここは彼との出会いが刻まれた海。安心して。鎖があっても不幸じゃない。これが私。君に救われた私。
何か産んでしまったかな。
Hey. The whole has stopped fighting back. We're ready for you, Andromeda. Cool. Yay, it worked. That seemed like a pretty brute force approach, but I can't argue with the results. You were right. When all that chocolate came out, the Holy Grail connected to it did too. There it is. Thanks to all that fighting, its magical energy has dispersed, and now it's losing hold on its surroundings and the effects on the world. You should be able to collect it and seal it up just fine now. Would you do the honors, Andromeda? Leave it to me. Yeah. Okay, I got it. So do I just give this to you now, Mash? Yes, it'll be nice and safe in my shield. Thank you so much. Now that the hole's core is gone, the hole quickly losing its underworld properties. Pretty soon, it'll either just be a regular hole or it'll disappear altogether. Be that as it may, why is all this chocolate flying off in disparate directions? Need to ask? All the chocolate was made to be gifted, so it's going where it needs to go. Ah, now I see. Maybe it wasn't just brute force after all. There was a holy grail in that hole, and holy grails are obviously all about granting wishes. So if Andromeda made a connection to it and wished that this all went back to where it belonged, maybe that's what got the nearby chocolate to reverse the course. This whole thing started spontaneously after all, but definitely possible that there was still a chance for someone to use the Holy Grail to intervene. Still, even if I'm right about this, I'd guess she did all this subconsciously, just like the ascension that even took her by surprise. Alright, time to collect that grail. Hey, Perseus. If I'd been a hero, if I could have stood next to you on equal ground, could I have helped share the sadness you felt as a hero? Could I have just understood it? Could we have had the same thing we had back then, but in a different shape? Could we have gone through life together with just a little less hardship and a little more joy? Of course, no matter how many times I talked to him in my mind, there will never be an answer. So I looked down on my own body and giggled. Is this what it looks like to be a hero? Oh no, wait, it said, is this what I look like as a hero? I don't know. But I think I have at least gotten closer. For now, that's good enough. I guess I won't be able to see you just yet. But until I do, I'll keep saying it over and over. I miss you, Perseus. I can't wait to see you again. Okay, I'm back to my old self. Oh well. You did great. Oh, you guys did. That couldn't have been easy. Oh, and let me say thanks. I think I'm one step closer to my dream now. And it's all because of you guys. Of course, I still have no idea how much further I have to go. But that's okay. Just knowing it's okay for me to keep going in this direction is a huge win. I hope one day you'll be able to stand by Perseus' side, just like you want. And I think he'd love that too. Our connection really lets you understand my feelings, huh? This is kind of embarrassing. But I guess I don't mind you knowing. Well, now that my job is done, looks like this is goodbye. But you know, I have a feeling we'll see each other again. Oh yeah, we'll definitely establish a bond with you over the course of this mission. So that seems very likely. Yes, I hope you come to see us at Chaldea next time. We have a simulator that you can go swimming in any ocean you'd like as much as you want. Whoa, really? That sounds awesome. And speaking of wins, I think I have a personal one here too. I now have a better idea of what to do for my Valentimes chocolate this year. And I think that idea will only get clear with time. Oh, I don't know what that's all about, but from that look in your eye, it seems like you're more up for romance talk than I realized, Mash. Oh, I don't know. I'm still in the learning phase when it comes to that. Well, the next time we meet, we'll have to talk about romance then too. Don't worry. I'm still learning plenty about it myself. Okay. Sounds great. Looks like this is it for me too. As far as ferryman duties go, I think I did what I had to. I collected a fare, brought my passengers where they needed to go, and destroyed a port of call that no ship should ever end up at. This ought to keep Hades off my back. Thanks. I appreciate this. And to show it, I'm gonna give you back the change for your fare. Huh? Aside from the times when another river collided with us, it's pretty smooth sailing, right? That's because someone else besides my patrons, Missy, had someone they dearly missed, and they were throwing in boulders that fit in the river's trade. Or, to put it in another way, the servant who added the most boulders to speed up the river for us, because they just happened to have someone they fiercely wanted to see again too. And which one of you besides Missy had the most chances to throw in boulders? Well, Sampa and I were busy gathering chocolate, so it would have to be... What is it? I don't understand. What are you trying to say? I'm saying your chief engineer there definitely has someone she misses too. Though I don't know if she's really unaware of it or if she's just pretending to be. So my advice, and the change I owe you, is to take this chance to be more honest with yourselves. I have no idea who you could be talking about. This conversation is over. I know I said you reminded me of my mother, Empress, but I guess you're also very different. You should have more confidence in yourself. And don't be afraid to be honest with your feelings either. You're so pretty that I'm sure it'll go well for you. Is that your way of asking for another dose of poison? Of course, in that sense. Columbus here might have been no different. If he hadn't had someone he dearly wanted to see again himself, a half-assed being like me would have never been able to negotiate our deal. Someone Columbus misses? Huh. I wonder who it could be. Maybe a wife? Or children? Or one of his closest mates from his voyage? Beats me. You'll have to try asking him yourself. Anyway, looks like my time is up. Take care, people. If you ever need a ferryman to the underworld, you'll always have a spot in my boat. Just don't forget the silver pieces, or you'll have to wait another 100 years. I think this is it for me too. Bye, guys. I cannot believe I was roped into such frivolous discussions of love right up till the last moment. I will admit that your overly headstrong job performance did help us finish this mission sooner. But you have yet to impress me elsewise. So if you should come to Chaldea one day, know that I will do everything in my power to teach you the proper way to behave towards an empress. Is that clear, Princess Andromeda? Okay, go easy on me. Andromeda and Karen have both returned to the throne. And it looks like someone else is back in their place. Whew. Glad that's over with. That's the criminal mastermind behind all of this. Hey now, I didn't do anything wrong this time. Or any other time for that matter. Part of me still thinks things might have been easier if you just told us everything from the start. But I suppose it's possible. It's not likely that you were unable to do anything with Karen taking over. That's exactly right. I was more a middleman than anything else this time. Don't get me wrong. It's nice making money without having to do any actual work for yourself. But it's not easy going as you think, being so attentive and keeping things running smoothly. Well, at least everything worked out nicely. What did you get? What did you get? Nice big silver coin payout from Karen or something? Between the fee for his clothes, the one to inhabit your spirit origin, and the one to use your ship, I bet you made a bundle off of him. Hey now, don't get me wrong. This wasn't just about money. One reason I helped Karen out is because I felt like I had a responsibility to. Oh, and why's that? Remember what I said back at the start of the about this being a river of dead chocolate? Well, I still have a bitter memories of what could have been with the cacao I wasted back in the day. I was so excited when I brought it back to Europe, since I was sure I'd make a killing. But I just couldn't figure out the way to process it for European palates. Anyway, that counts as dead chocolate too, right? So I figured I must have made at least part of this river. But then, it turns out the chocolate wasn't dead after all. Just goes to show, you never give up on your dreams. That chocolate doesn't have to stay wasted forever. If I make a killing off the chocolate now, then I'm sure that cacao will lead a happy afterlife. I guess I'll chalk it up to that beard to you. I guess I'll chalk up that beard to you getting back to business as usual. So, who's Karen talking about back there anyway? I never thought that much about it. But now that you mention it, yeah, I do know who it is. Who is it then? The only person I want to see more than anything would, of course, be the God that saw fit to give me big dreams and help them come true. If I ever get the chance to meet that higher power, I'd love to tell it how grateful I am face to face. Piety? Damn it, you of all people aren't supposed to leave us liking you more than we did before. Why not? At any rate, it ain't easy making your dreams come true. Ain't exactly painless either. But also, why when one of them comes true, it's the greatest feeling in the world. I know I'm not saying anything profound here, but it's still true. So, I say have the courage to keep moving forward. It'd be a waste to let the chocolate you took the time to prepare die without ever giving it to the one you made it for. As long as you don't give up, your dreams surely will come true someday. But I guess I don't gotta say that again, huh? No matter how much it might seem like people might have learned their lesson and given up, there's a way more people out there who don't want to give up no matter what. The still living chocolate dancing through the air. It goes to where it needs to go, to see the people it wants to see. Its radiance, sometimes sweet, sometimes bitter, is protected by courage that seeps down to its core. Maybe it all started with the people who made it. Maybe it started with the woman who smiled at the thought of it. But no matter how it started, the chocolate was pure hope. Through and through. It was the embodiment of desire to not disappear, to not give out under pressure, to not give up for anything. The kinds of wishes everyone has given physical form for all to see. The former river sparked as it flew over the onlookers' heads. And even when every bit of chocolate there eventually disappears, new chocolate will surely keep being made as long as people keep wishing. Oh, clear galaxy. Oh.
おう、いらっしゃい。真面目に店番してるってだけで違和感。
Anyways, folks, it's super late. I need to go to sleep now. So, anyways, thank you for tuning in, whether it be on stream or after the stream is over. I genuinely do appreciate it. And yeah, now I can finally do the 90++ quests. We will just be farming for quite a long time to get as much chocolate as we can. And once we're closer to like 5 days or less, and I'll do another stream specifically for the challenge quest. But anyways, folks, this is Golden Arcadia signing out. It's been a pleasure. Bye.